to you. I keep coming back to you.
Hello, internet world. Welcome back to TV Nerds Podcast. This is one of your hosts. That's Terry Child. Right here by my side is Gabe Stomach.
Yeah, we in the house.
Yeah.
New scene. New setup.
New set. As you can see, everything new. We just keep evolving as usual.
I'm digging it. You getting the artwork too? You get the artwork too?
Yeah, everything's in frame.
Lena Martin, Shannon Ruse, throw it out there. Sajinka. I don't know who did that one yet.
Some old.
It came from Lena.
Came from Lena.
She didn't draw it, but that's from Mike.
Okay. Mike. That's from Mike too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mike. Little Caesars.
Yeah. Shout out to Little Caesars throwing off gangsta on the wall.
Yeah. Food Wars, Call of Duty. We
America.
all nerd out.
I'm Mercury in Call of Duty. Come see me. Pull up. Yo,
You will get wrecked.
I heard you on your podcast, huh? You said pull up.
All right, now you hear.
Bro,
I told you to get wrecked out here, man.
How did he find me in the game? It's just Warzone. But how was your week, bro?
It's been a week, man. Daylight saving time.
Oh yeah,
was kicking my ass this week, bro.
Good.
Man, I don't know what the big deal is about this whole thing, because getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, it's still gonna be dark 4 o'clock in the morning, whether it's an hour behind or an hour forward. Like, don't mean nothing. I don't know why, but I mean, I think, honestly, this time around, springing forward, it's hitting a lot of people harder than it ever has before. Like, I hear so many people complaining about it, and it's just like,
you think
even the government, like right now in Congress, they're saying that they want to pass a bill to just permanently get rid of daylight saving time. I'm just like, is it that serious?
I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. Wasn't it to offset like usage of power? It wasn't. I thought
it was always a nature thing, because the fact that the Earth's tilt, like the whole 4 year is not. It's technically not 365. 365.4.
Nah, we did.
Or like not 0.4, but like 1/4. And that's why we have a leap year every 4 years.
Oh, we should look at
the Earth's tilt. Because of the Earth's tilt.
From what I was,
I'm not making shit.
I'm
Hey, I pay attention in science class, people.
From what I was told, it was Benjamin
They also
Franklin.
told us in science class that Pluto was a planet, and now that bitch ain't.
Wasn't it Benjamin Franklin that started it? And I could be wrong. I'm going off Nicolas Cage movie. National Treasure. Don't judge me. National Treasure Part 2 with the glasses had a daylight savings time when he busted out. So you remember, you know what I'm talking about? So it was made by some white dudes in the 1800s. So it was like, we didn't have it before. Why we need it now? So I think it's just for power.
Just losing an hour of sleep, having to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and then go to work is like, yo, I'm dragging ass like a motherfucker.
Nah, but think about it though. If Benjamin Franklin made it, right? When he was doing it so that you get more time in the day, because they didn't really have light like that. But now we got light bulbs. So, we got we don't really need it no more. You can that could be it. Maybe that's the reason.
I have no clue, but hey,
it fucked everybody up.
There are some states and some counties in certain states that don't abide by daylight saving time. So
I never.
It would be so confusing if you travel, then next thing you know, like, time just changes out of nowhere once you cross the county line.
That's my question, is if they really get rid of it, your clock on your phone is still going to change.
Yeah.
Your car
I don't think so, because
not going to change.
No, because of data, with data and everything, all we got to do is just...
The ones on your cell phone, you don't change.
It will.
Somebody change it.
You
don't change it.
There's a reason.
But somebody changes it.
Yeah, there's a dude that still gotta go.
When you go outside, it's still gonna be dark. It's still gonna be light.
But
so
that's what I'm saying. I thought it was a nature
but
thing.
Here's my pushback against this daylight saving time. If it's still the same time, think about this. This is in Gabe's car. When I grab his car,
Yeah.
It stays the it never changes it, right? So the sun did not change its course, didn't change shit. It still gets dark
It's a
at
lie.
the right time. So if you in his car
It's-
about around 7 or 8 o'clock, about 8 o'clock it's still gonna be daylight outside.
Yeah. That's why I never
It
changed
has
my clock.
nothing to do with the sun at all.
I never changed my clock. It's us going, it's moving an hour ahead.
Right.
Why?
Hey, man.
and
I
it's
mean,
somebody
to each his
really is
own,
paid to
bruh.
do that because it's just for energy consumption. Somebody got to wake up an hour early to just be like, change everybody clock in the world, or in the United States, because the world don't do this. It's,
It's not automatic. It's not automatic.
That's probably why it happens at night when people are asleep most of the time.
or at the club.
Yeah.
Nah, with daylight saving time when you gotta go back, like it used to be low key lit. It's like, yo, I got an extra hour.
Yeah.
Like
You used to turn up. Hey, yo, the club at the close. Nah, it's two again. Huh? It's 2:00. What?
oh, we got extra. Hey,
Hey, keep this
get
motherfucker
another bottle.
I don't like
They
that.
still be like,
That one fucks me up.
yeah.
Man, you get an extra hour of sleep. You just be like, yo.
It's an hour. It's the fact that it feels like I gotta go to bed at 6.
Yeah, I feel you on that. But in vice versa, the one where the time moves forward an hour, I freak out because then I realize I fucked up and stayed up too late. You know what I mean? When I really
Like
didn't.
the sun's still out, sun
Yeah.
bright as hell, and he's like, "Oh crap, I'm about to be late."
You'd be like, yo. But
Nah, but for real, like,
yeah, it was for energy. So it was for energy consumption. That's why we moved daylight savings time. It's for energy consumption.
Yeah,
We don't need that no more.
we don't need it. Not in 2022.
What?
I
We got-
guess, man.
especially pushing solar power. Now, if somehow daylight savings time makes gas cheaper, all right, math that up for me and I got you. I'll
This
run
guy.
it. I'll run it.
But yo, let's get into some nerd talk, man. We came, for most of y'all, unless you've been living on rock, you already know that, the Batman came out. So, real quick, we're just gonna get to the rating real quick. How would you rate this movie?
I gave it, what is this? I think we said 6.57, 6.
I might change that. It might have went up
I think I'm still giving it a 7.
because they didn't tell you the breakdown of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm going off the initial watch. I gotta watch it again. From the
Like,
initial watch, I gave it a 7.
Oh, initial watch.
Yeah.
You wild.
Well,
Yo, my initial watch, from like really watching it, like even when I initially watch them, 'cause I do pay a lot of attention to detail. That's just how I am, especially when a movie I've really been waiting to see, like. So especially with some of these like darker movies, especially like with Batman, because it's such a detective movie. So it's like you gotta pay attention to shit. So with initial watch, I did give it an 8. I gave it an 8.
okay. Yeah.
Like there was some, like it wasn't too perfect, but it was definitely gas. It was definitely something I would watch again.
No, I think for me, I think it was a perfect movie for year 2. If you going off, 'cause that's the thing. Everyone had pre-assumptions of what this Batman movie was going to be prior to going to it. So if you take it at face value, then like I would say it's a perfect movie just depicting Batman year 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, because it didn't show him as a super detective because he's not. You
Yeah,
know
he
what I
still
mean?
has his flaws.
Yeah.
So that was one thing I was thinking about, but then when I actually realized that this is like year 2, this is
Right.
just when he's starting to become Batman, I'm like, okay, now I kind of get the flaw. Because towards the end of the movie, I'm just like, how would Batman let that happen? But it's like, okay, he's still somewhat of an amateur. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, cool.
Like in comparison to this movie, I would say it's similar to like a James Bond, like the newer, like the what was it, the snowfalls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For the simple fact that like we weren't given as much access to Batman's gadgets, layer, cars.
I mean,
think of it.
we did have some access to
No.
We got the car, we got his
I'm saying
Batcave,
comparing them to like the James Bonds, they're almost similar because if you go back like old James Bonds and old Batmans, you get more Q, you get more Alfred, you get more of the Batcave, you get more of his gadgets compared to the new Daniel Craig, and this Batman is more focusing on the character development rather than his
rather than what makes him
Because we
Batman.
told
His
the story
scenery.
of Batman so many
Right.
times, it's good to just go into development.
right. So that's
I
what
mean, especially with like this one where he's just becoming Batman. He's just starting to really just.
because like the tech was dope. Like if you go
I
like
actually did like the
contacts?
tech, like the whole the contact lens that was supposed to be like a camera.
now was it a radio? Was it a radio and camera?
I think
Because she was
I think it just
talking
the
right
camera.
at it, right? 'Cause I was if it wasn't. I remember seeing when she looked down at the eye and was chatting at him like, "Yo, you hear me?" And I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I think it was. Which I just want to know how that, like, depending on the time period, like how you get that kind of technology.
No.
She had an earpiece.
She had an earpiece in.
She
Okay.
didn't have an earpiece.
And then you got to think about
This is your
a reboot of if Batman was to start today.
now. Yeah.
So it's like more current. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it took me a second as well.
I mean, because if this is basically like after Joker, then Joker was like, what was it in the 80s?
No, but it's not after Joker.
It's not.
Nah.
I just-
Because it's not even the same. It's not even the same time period. To be fair, like
We
it's,
thought we thought it was supposed to be a '90s time period.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how he did cinematography.
Yeah.
He wanted to look like a comic book at the same time while being a real movie.
that's why I said it. That's why I compared it. That's why I'm comparing it to James Bond because it was so. It's still current. It's like happening now in the current now of Gotham. But that's the new story that they're telling of Gotham now.
I think the problem that we had is that we was expecting the same
Another-
Batman that we normally get.
Right.
And this one was a little rough around the edges, not getting everything correct, getting his ass knocked out like 15 times.
Now
Like every single time he got shot with a shotgun, it's just like
I was about to say that.
I'm like, wait a second, like
Yeah,
his shotguns, the shotguns were realistic. The shotguns were realistic. 'Cause
like
he
it blew
got
his ass back.
boom. Now, but the assault rifles in that hallway scene when it was all the lights were out, and you just come on,
like,
dog. You ain't get hit in the chin.
in the
You ain't,
chin.
you know what I'm saying? You ain't get grazed. Come on, fam. Not one ricochet hit you.
I mean, you can go all into detail, try to be as realistic as possible, but this is still a movie, so it's like, you can't be too realistic.
I feel like I heard it from another comedian who gave a perspective. Shout out to Tony Baker, but he said that he wanted Batman to have chapped lips, and I agree with him. I agree. If you find like the chapped lip, yeah,
Dude, we saw this man have like freaking dark, like the whole
I understand.
freaking
No chapped lips. Your man was using lip chapstick all day.
the man's eyes look like they got sunk in, staying up all night.
And
Like,
that's
come on,
why
man.
he should be dehydrated, chapped lips. And then you imagine getting yeeted up by a man with chapped lips. Where is she? Like, all right, fam. I'll tell you what that's you wild. You don't care about your lips.
Right?
You
play
square.
football? You play football at any point in time?
Football? No.
Basketball? Any
Wrestling, you done wrestling though, right?
Yeah.
Walk.
How
Actually,
chapped was your lips?
yeah. And
Especially if they trying to dehydrate y'all. Y'all got to wait.
During.
and next you get that crack in the middle. You got that crack when you
I've had that a whole
trying not
bunch
to
of times.
split. Batman now have Batman deal with that all day. That's the type of anger he going out with criminals. He needs the energy. He should have that chapped lip energy.
This look like an insert for Bliss Sticks.
Burt's Beasley to hit his ass up. You know what I'm saying? But
Like, so we got our initial ratings, but I mean, like, what were? I guess next question would be like, what were some of the good about it that you liked, that you really liked about it? What were some of the things that you were just like, they could have tweaked it a bit?
I feel like they could have tweaked Falcone's story a bit. I feel like he in the sense like only in terms of the screenplay they could have tweaked the story a bit for where he could be the final death. Throughout the movie, 3 or 4 times I thought this was it. You know what I mean? Like they got the villain, they're about to end the whole movie and they're about to wrap it up. They caught your boy in the coffee shop. Okay, it's about to wrap up. You know what I mean? Like 3 times it happens, and so I'm just like.
Now we got like a whole
You know
nother
what I
15
mean?
minutes,
And then
a
it's
whole nother clue.
And then
You
his
missed
homeboy,
something.
homeboy from the church, from way back when, who yeeted up his girl. It's like, come on, dog. You had us. I was thinking this. So like, if they'd have tweaked it to be like a true detective story between Falcone and Batman, you know, and then have the Riddler be the one to expose it, And then give Catwoman. I like how they introduced Catwoman.
I did too.
Like I really digged her character development. I just wish they'd showed more of her, cat burglar skills.
Yeah.
I mean, they
She,
showed.
yeah.
No, they showed a bit.
No,
of
no,
it,
no.
like when they had
Yeah.
when she broke into the safe and everything.
That's
like,
it.
It was more like a love interest.
That's what I'm saying.
Robbery character. Like we known Catwoman, but like
She-
hey, Batman. Bow.
And
I'm
then
kicking your shit.
Batman been pickpocketed. He
Right.
like, yo, where my bat wallet?
But yet there's
Girl.
there's still a love interest between the two. But I kind of get what y'all saying that it's like
Yeah.
they lean more into the love interest instead of like these two are basically enemies. They're like love.
Right.
They're like love
Right.
hate enemies.
Right.
We've always known Catwoman to be an anti-hero, and she'll kiss him, but then like hit him in the nuts and then run.
It's like she kind of fucks with Batman, but
It'd
it's
be like,
like
my keys
yo,
are gone.
I got my own shit to worry about. Blah,
Right.
I'm out.
You know what? Catwoman was the first thought. She was the
Mm.
first city girl. She just come in there and take.
She was the first city girl. Nicki was it?
City girls up and then bounce. out
Cardi
the
B.
Batman.
Cardi B was it Cardi B? Cardi B was the one that was drugging men and taking watches.
Yeah.
She got that from Catwoman.
Catwoman, boom,
That's Catwoman right there. Mo.
with the whip.
Yeah, just hitting up Bruce Wayne. Got a whole bunch of watches.
And he's okay with it because he got money.
Yeah, it's insured. It's insured.
Yeah.
With the Rolly. There wasn't enough Bruce Wayne, but I wasn't too disappointed in it.
I mean,
But I feel like they should have given him some happy moments.
He didn't know how to control. It's almost like Superman. He didn't know how to control his powers at first.
Okay.
He don't know.
He
He's
doesn't-
still burnt off of. Oh, somebody killed my parents, and I gotta.
he's still harboring that anger of like
Right.
having to deal with his parents' death. So he doesn't know how to balance the whole. I gotta be a certain way, like when I'm not Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And that like he's just on like 100% Batman. He's still on detective mode. He's not really like, hey, I still got an empire I gotta take over.
Well,
I think-
you don't even want to take it over.
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he did.
He
I
didn't
don't
want
think
to
he
take
does.
it over.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like even.
I think towards the end of the movie, now he sees like, okay, now I see what I have to do. I have to play the persona. I think like from here on out, we're gonna see more of a dynamic between him balancing Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I did like Lieutenant Gordon.
Oh, he wasn't.
He
even
wasn't commissioner
yet.
then. He was. I'm not trying.
Nah, he was lit though.
But yeah,
I was like, oh, this guy's bad.
He a real one. He a real one when he did that whole hey, I'm gonna need you to get up out of here. You're gonna have to slug me.
He's like,
I'm gonna just
he's
give you
like-
the key
He's like,
to figure it
Gordon.
out.
He's like, Gordon, you sure? He's like, yeah, man.
You're gonna have to make it good.
It
But
sounded like they was aggressive.
yeah.
He's like, bro. Now he, and it's so funny. Like this is Batman, but he's over here like, look here, man. Like, bro, like you fucking shit up right now.
I'm saying you're making me look bad in front of these people. Hey, I'm gonna hand you the key. All right, and you can't just give me the information I need. It's in my right pocket. And I was like, that's,
Like,
that's
you
a
gotta
real
punch-
one.
You gotta punch him by the way. Damn it.
I thought Riddler was the biggest bitch by giving up. So
I mean, but that's kind of always been his kind of personality. Like he's more of the he's hide and seek kind of person. And like once he's caught, he's caught.
See, this
but
you
he
know,
give himself up. And,
that's so quick. Yeah,
It was
I'm.
so easy.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you gonna fight for it?
Riddler's never been much of a fighter though.
This is like a conspiracy theory of the movie. I think the dude that got punched and knocked out might have been the real Riddler. Like somehow, or I'm just making it up. You know, I'm think it's like a switch, a bait and switch in a way.
Yeah.
Because I agree with him. Where it's like it's too easy to get caught. But maybe that was the whole
thing of it.
like
though.
the Trojan
So towards
horse.
the end is like, hey, I still got these charges and the whole city's about to blow. Whether I get caught or not, my plan's foolproof.
Yeah, but the game. That's the thing though. With the Riddler, the game isn't done. That's what didn't make sense to me. It's like with Riddler, there's still more to the game for him. Like there's another Riddler. There's another, you know what I mean? There's another Riddler
Which
for
it
him.
was. Even when he got caught, he's like, yo, you still didn't recognize this?
But I'm
Like,
saying
what's going on?
after that,
Mm-hmm.
it would be something else he has to now fuck with Batman to
And I
fuck
think that's where we see, like, towards the end where he meets Joker.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen next if they do a sequel.
with. I heard.
I think that was just foreshadowing what's
Do
going
you
to happen.
think
He's
they're
not
gonna
done yet.
add Joker and Mr. Freeze?
I'm tired of.
I actually did.
I am too.
I don't think I'm tired of like. It's just after you see, the actor who played him in the Joker. It's like, how can you top that? Because it's like we seen Heath Ledger just be known as the best. Then we have the Joker, and that was, just mind blowing.
I like how Eugene just skips over what's the name's character.
Jared Leto, right? Just blanked him out. Like we just wrote him out the canon.
I will actually admit,
Scratch.
in the Jack Snyder Justice League movie, that one little bit of where we see Jared Leto as Joker was somewhat impressive. Even though
the new one?
Yeah.
The new one,
Okay.
yeah.
Even though it was just a short scene with him, it was kind of impressive.
The ending, right?
Yeah,
the
towards
end,
the ending,
the
yeah.
end cut scene.
Still
Yeah,
haven't
that's-
seen that movie.
What? It was better. It was a lot better.
It was a 4-hour movie that took me 6 hours to watch, but it was worth it.
Longer than Batman, boy. That was. But they focused on the black dude in this one.
They did give more shine to Cyborg, yeah.
The first time you're like, yo, who's your man right there?
Like he just pops up. out
Soda
of nowhere.
Machine.
Come on.
What? Who's Soda Machine? And then you just cut Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Superman, Flash. You're like, but who's
Yeah,
your
but
man?
to get back to
Did
the
I say that before in the beginning, way beforehand? I was like, you only got like what, a 2-hour movie, and you don't have enough time to develop all those characters so quickly.
And I think it would have been way harder to get the Jack Snyder cut in theaters.
Yeah, that would be.
It was more easier to get the original one
But that's
in
what.
theaters.
But that's what I'm saying. Like in
Because
this.
who's gonna sit through a 4-hour movie in a cold ass theater?
Fam, I'm impressed that.
If you do it well, you can do it. Like
It's-
we watched Scarface, and that was a 3-hour movie, but it don't feel like.
Now the era has changed
Yeah.
though. That's the thing.
Our
like,
attention span ain't shit.
it's
A
not
lot of
even-
people's attention span ain't shit.
But it's not even
Go-
attention
go pull-
span.
go pull,
You can pull
Scarface
Scarface
right
up now. It'll still hold.
Oh,
up.
I'll watch Scarface
It'll
for
still
sure.
hold up.
Because it's a classic.
Yeah, but
It's
what I'm
already a
saying
classic
is
though.
what you put in the film is what's gonna grab it.
But I'm saying like it's the era has changed of like what you're putting in the film and then what you're catering to is different now. So it's like you throw in the Scarface. We're all from that era of Scarface where we'll be hooked on it. But people who are into like the Batmans or superheroes, this superhero movie kick now, they're gonna be hooked on a 3-hour Batman movie where it's like, yo, why are we? Because your man was sleeping. We 3 hours.
yeah.
My man knocked he was knocked the fuck out right behind us. I'm talking
my God.
like 9 to 5. He then did a double after
Nah,
that.
like the whole movie.
Bro, the
20
whole
minutes
movie.
in.
Like-
20 minutes.
like, we
in.
Oh, I would have been if I was him and I wake up and I see end credits, I'm like, hey yo,
38.
hey yo.
Everybody was talking about this man after the movie. Everybody. We got up.
We almost made friends with everybody else that was talking shit.
He was like, yo, who's your man who's knocked the fuck out? Bro, I'm saying, bro. We heard him across
Like yo,
the theater.
if that's gonna be you need to just get some
Just
sleep
leave.
or get some sleep or wait till the next day. You don't have to
Bro,
go the first day.
I'd have slid him the $13
or
for the
plan that
ticket.
shit out.
I'd have slid him for the $13 myself just to get the fuck up out. Like, you can get your money back. Don't even worry about AMC giving it to you, dog. I'll give you the money. Just leave. You ruin it for everybody for now.
Did he snore?
Loud.
I'm sorry.
I'm vengeance. My man.
Oh no, I'm sorry. If he's snoring, I would have been like, hey
It's
yo.
the most
Like,
intense
that's-
moment.
I don't care how rude that is. I would have been like, hey yo,
Yo.
stop it.
The scene with when he first met City Thought Catwoman, when you first met her, he snored during that scene. It was mad quiet, romantic. And you just hear and he would wake himself up.
That's why. This is also why I'm glad that I went during the day. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
it was only me and maybe 3 other people in the theater, and we just
the best time.
vibing.
And they food prices and drink prices be thinking that, they're
First
like,
of all,
cost of living is $30 an hour. We niggas out here getting $30 an hour base pay and stuff. Like, it ain't.
This is why you get some cargo pants, sneak some snacks.
Oh, we
in the
did.
pockets, boys.
Oh, he did, but still 3-hour movie. You can't just be dipping off. You gotta go to the bathroom, but you ain't eat. How you know what I'm saying? Suspicious. Got a guard outside this time. You saw that dude, right? Love this movie.
But
Love
yeah,
the movie.
some of the things I liked about the movie, I did like the Catwoman's character. I love the way they did Catwoman's character. I like the fact that she was able to be sexy without having to try. Just her being, because we do know that she's somewhat of a sexy character, but she's still someone like a villain. like they focused more on her being a villain. Is just her presence in general just made her sexy. It wasn't like she was trying to. I also like the fact that her claws were real, and it was more of a weapon instead of it like her having like gloves and it's like the claw attachments. It's like they're her actual fucking nails, and she like fucked some shit up with that.
That is true.
Yeah. I also like the way it was shot. Like I loved the whole like cinematography of it. Even though it was a dark ass, like when they say dark, it was literally a dark ass fucking movie.
Bro.
It's like y'all had no lighting in this shit. But like most
Two mornings.
Yo.
They had 2 of these lights and that was it for the whole movie.
And in the morning was overcast, rainy. Ain't even sunny out. Ain't even a bit
It's
of
Gotham.
sun.
It's a gloomy ass city.
Nah, dog.
Daylight saving time.
Yeah, bro. You could catch a cloud break
But
or
for
something.
real, the way it was shot I thought it was really beautifully shot, especially during the beginning. Like the beginning of it really caught my eye because it's just the whole beginning, and then like that's the first murder. That was definitely really good. I did like the fact that we saw some flaws in it because it's like this is just the beginning of Batman, but it's just like some of it like when he got shot with the shotgun, he just flew back. I'm like, yo,
Come on, dog.
I'm literally like, hey, yo, this ain't supposed to be happening.
Where you get the suit at? You got the suit. You got this suit.
Like, make some adjustments.
Our soldiers ain't got this suit already. You're year 2 with this amazing ass suit, taking all types of bullets and stab wounds. Commissioner Gordon ain't got nothing, bro. I mean, Lieutenant Gordon ain't got nothing in these streets. And y'all boys. Could you?
I don't think he met like what's the guy who usually makes his tech, Lucas?
Ford.
Fox?
Fox.
Yeah, Fox.
Lucius.
Lucius Fox. I think this is probably during the time he didn't meet Lucius Fox yet.
So where you get the suit from? If I was Lieutenant
It looked
Gordon,
like it was put together by his own hand.
Yeah. I think probably in the next movie we're gonna see him like meet Lucas Fox.
I just
and
feel like
something like that. This is probably
Lucius.
before Lucius. We're gonna this is still before he meets Lucius.
say it right.
Hey man, come on.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of fucking characters, but
Lucas is Batwing.
Batwing, yeah.
oh, shit.
I will say that like certain parts of the movies like that in terms of Batman logic, I always feel like that's unfair. For him, year 2, you don't start handing your people some like he looked out for you. You just slugged him in the face. You don't give him a vest,
or at least punch him in the gut.
and not even to put him in the gut, but just look out for him in the streets. Gotham wild out here, and it's just me and him, and he got to turn on a light to let me know I need to show up. Right, Gordon needs to shine on that light. So what if he can't get to the light because he's getting shot at?
Man, Gordon's a G.
Hook him up with a vest.
Man, Lieutenant Gordon's a whole G out here.
All I'm saying is share the tech. Batman out here giving girls
Nah,
contacts, but he ain't gonna look out for the homie. He ain't gonna. Girl took them contacts home.
I do like the fact that they brought the Penguin in.
Yeah,
They did the Penguin justice from the old movie where the Penguin's freaking Danny DeVito. They definitely did Penguin justice. I do love that.
they made him more mobsterish.
Yeah,
which
because that's what he's supposed to be. He's a monster.
yeah, which was way better turnout. And then the I liked how they did the corruption. They did, you know how they do.
Oh
like,
yeah, with his family and everything. Like the whole story was definitely well written. It was well put together. I do like that.
because it reminds me not like of current events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It reminds you like, oh, this is what family? When you hear something like this goes to this goes to this goes to this, you're like, dang, this sounds like now.
Yeah,
Like,
and especially since he's doing all this through social media, it's just
Yeah.
like, yo, this could actually happen. Okay.
and then
I think I couldn't really gather anything I didn't like. Well, besides the fact that it's like, yo, this guy was low key getting his ass whooped. Like, come on now.
they used too many. For me, it was just repetitive scenes after a while. Because when he walks out of the dark, the first time when I love the intro to it. All the guys are afraid because they see the Batman symbol. So then when they see just a dark shadow, they don't know.
Shit.
They don't know if homie in there or not. So they're just like, hey, screw it, dog. Let's just get him out of here, man. Batman out. Batman's out tonight. So when he does pull up, you hear the footsteps, right? And then you see he comes out of the shadows. They did it like 4 more times, and I'm just like, all right, we get it.
I think for some of it was just for dramatic effects because it's like you still gotta also think he's still like fear. Like he's supposed to instill fear in a lot of these criminals.
No,
So
right. But I guess it doesn't matter about spoilers. But like the scene where homie had the neck, the DA, right? And like he shows up and it's like the letters for Batman. We all know you there. You know
like
what I'm saying?
you was just there and you just ran just to get your suit. Like come on, now.
You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, Bruce is gone. Batman's here. Come on, we're all detectives. It's like it's a whole place of detectives.
Tell me that. I'm looking at that. It looks like leather up there. So you tell me that bulletproof.
At that part, and not bulletproof, explosion proof, because your man's head just blew up on him, right?
And he was just good. He just got knocked the fuck out. Yo, some of those cops were rude as shit. It's like, hey, yo, let's take this man's mask off. Like, yo, and that woke him up.
That would, yeah.
Nah, like, no, but for real, like, no one thought to do this, like, while they were transporting this man. And they're just like, yo.
Whole body, never even...
All right, you gonna do that?
Touch his face.
You gonna do that though? What if in mid of doing it he wake up? That's your ass now, huh? You gonna write that check?
He did beat the shit out of one of the cops.
Right. And then they all had to be like, all right, we cool, because he was ready to take all 20 of them. I ain't gonna write, you know what I'm saying? My check would only be paid, but so much. I got to do overtime. You know what I mean? And you tell me we got to fight.
And
who?
we ain't got them.
We fighting who tonight? You fighting Batman? Nah, dog. I'll take criminals.
I need all available men.
Huh? You need all available what?
All available.
Well, I ain't available. I got something to do. No.
I'm on the beat. I got to patrol 6th Street to 38th.
This is your jurisdiction.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, man, I'm changing it.
Run the fade with Batman.
I want to transfer it.
Run the fade with Batman because you caught him because he's a vigilante. I'm on Gordon's side every time I see him because like on that muscle alone for him to still walk around. Cause remember he walked through all the crimes and stuff for him, which I thought was cool when he was like looking at everything and like does like the zero in on different clues and had homegirl go, oh snap. I did miss that, right? Like that was cool. But then, homie was like, "Are you sure he's good?" Yeah, he's good. Are you sure he's good though? He on me. That's strength on himself, right? Like, so the whole police department should have let it slide. And the letters are for him. So why would you think he the criminal? That's the one thing I always got mad about in every Batman movie. It's like, oh, Batman's the one that's doing this.
I think it's just the fact that like. He's looked at as a vigilante, and it's always the whole. Well, the cops are just always like, it's our job to do this and do that, but you know, we don't need a vigilante and all this stuff, you know. So,
like,
I mean, that's like if someone was a vigilante now, cops would be pissed the fuck off, like, yo, we get paid to do this. Let us do our job. You probably fucking some shit up right now.
And if he ain't, and you still shit at your job there, right? Because you taking my job, yeah. It's
like now people are gonna call you instead of us.
Right. It comes down to like I think of results. You know what I'm saying? Math. You know what I'm saying? Like,
as far as this movie, what do you think is next? Because what do you think is next for Batman? Because it's already made, you know, millions of dollars already. You know, if there's a possibility it's going to be a sequel. Just from the box office numbers alone. What do you feel is next?
I mean, if you're gonna do like the next story, I would do would be like your Mr. Freeze, or because I heard they're doing Mr. Freeze as the talk, but if not Mr. Freeze,
I think they said that a possibility that Mr. Freeze is gonna come through.
So they said his what is his lounge called?
The Iceberg Lounge.
So they did hints around it.
Yeah.
They mentioned it in the movie?
Well, yeah, because that's the lounge that Falcone and Penguin own.
Oh.
So it's like if it's the Iceberg Lounge, the next one would be that Mr. Freeze comes in and takes it from Penguin or something like that. I don't remember what the comic is, but he ends up jacking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like if you're doing that, but then you got the Joker reference in the ending of the movie. So I wonder if they're gonna hint that like the Gotham series Joker. I feel like they're gonna do a younger Joker. Not a Jared Leto as much as like an actual like adolescence.
Like probably more after the Joker. Like, because that was just when he just became the Joker. That was his origin. So it's like now this is just, you know, now he's just the beginning of his crime.
Right. But I think I'm saying like, 'cause just in terms of the dialogue they had, I think the Joker we're getting is the one from the animated series.
Gotham.
The guy, yeah. The Gotham, yeah. No. I'm saying the dialogue, the way the manner. I'm saying the Joker that it's gonna be depicting off of.
More from the Batman animated series.
Yeah, the joking and laughing, like and then, like cynical,
yeah.
cynical, but still psychologically.
Dropped in the bat.
Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get that. And I guess I don't think they're gonna do the vat maybe, but they're gonna do like a circus tent something accident gone wrong probably the way just to pull that in. And if they do, I wonder if you do the Jada Pinkett role, who was she was in Gotham. I can't remember.
She was Fish.
Yes.
Fish.
If she comes in, you know what I mean. You can start introducing other characters from the series.
Yeah.
Since it's already developed, people know it.
Right.
You know, and it wouldn't be as too hard to like. And then you can start, I guess, bringing more stardom to those characters.
Yeah. True that.
Because I mean, I like the Penguin they have now than the one they had in Gotham. I didn't like the skinny dude.
Oh yeah,
I
he's
like-
too much thespian now.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't. So like of him, but then like what they did with the Riddler this time, I like this Riddler than Jim Carrey's joking, like the nicer comical one. I like this
Yeah, he was
serial
definitely-
killer Riddler. Riddler type of thing, and then the
It kind of reminded me of the Arkham video games. Whenever you have to deal with Riddler, like all the riddles was basically reminding me of the game. So, for sure. I would like to see a standalone Catwoman movie, honestly, so we could actually see more of her.
A better standalone.
yeah, I was gonna say it can't be.
I'm here. I'm gonna say this on camera.
Can't be that
Look,
that Halle Berry nonsense.
Look
bro.
here.
No disrespect
Look
to
here.
Halle Berry, but that ain't
look
make
here.
no sense.
I'm gonna say this on camera. When you really look at it, that people are only mad at it because it wasn't a comic book related Catwoman. It was a different Catwoman. Like I told you yesterday, like it wasn't a DC Catwoman. It was just a whole different new story.
It made no sense.
It was low key wild, but
Yeah,
it was not that bad. I rather her than Anne
she was
Hathaway.
eating tuna out of cans and eating cat food and stuff. It was wild out of paint.
They did low key. They did low key like push too much of the cat part.
Yeah, he's just like, yo, what's going on with her?
It was definitely better than Anne Hathaway's Catwoman.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that one. I don't know about that
That
one.
Catwoman reminded me of like a Spider-Man origin story. She got bit by a cat or something.
Yeah, got a radioactive cat bite. Turned into a Catwoman.
No,
Got
but
9
most
lives.
definitely I would like to see them continue with Catwoman's story. Probably because like once she like left Gotham, like I want to see like what happens next. Is she gonna like start stealing shit? Like,
I hope so.
and then if you do that, you could probably open up like you could probably like introduce some of the more female like villains, like Poison Ivy.
Yeah, but who'd you get? Can't do Uma Thurman again.
Just a suggestion. Now, this one debate I've been seeing ever since the movie came out. We're gonna discuss this real quick. People are starting to compare Robert Pattinson's Batman to
Ben Affleck's?
no, not Ben Affleck's. Christian Bale's Batman.
I
Trying to
got
say
that.
Trying to say which one do you think was better? Robert Pattinson or Christian Bale's Batman?
Just Batman, right?
Yeah,
just Batman.
I mean, we could do the whole like Bruce Wayne
No,
or
it was-
Batman, but like right now, Batman. Like, who was the better Batman?
I want to give it to Christian. I want to give it to Christian. If you're just going on overall skills, I'm gonna give Christian Bale because like he was more he was more engineerish. I don't know. I feel like like Christian Bale's Batman. He was more.
I mean, even
of
though
like,
he was a more developed Batman than
it wasn't.
Pattinson,
He wasn't
but-
more developed though, because I feel like his origin story started around the same time. Every time we watching it,
No, but
it's-
even still, like the technology was better. Just
again,
Is it-
this is
yeah.
we're going off Batman, right?
yeah,
The technology he sourced it out as Bruce Wayne. You get what I'm saying? So it's like if you had more Bruce Wayne and Robert Pattinson's Batman, he probably would have been able to find more tech and like upgrade it. But like if you're going off, I'm saying that's the same. If you're just going off Batman alone, Batman pulled together more resources. Christian Bale's Batman pulled more resources and was able to do more shit from just the League of Shadow knowledge than Robert Pattinson. Like I guess what I'm saying. What training did Robert Pattinson have till now? Did he go to the League of Shadows in this one?
I don't even think they mentioned the League of Shadows or anything like that, or
No,
League of Assassins.
League of Assassins, yeah.
I don't think they mentioned the League of Assassins at all, or Ra's al Ghul, nothing like that.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like in if we're just going off Batman's, that other Batman had a prior training going into this. So if off rip, that Batman's gonna just take his ass. You know, that's an easy win. That's an easy win.
I still feel like Dark Knight was the best Batman movie.
Yeah.
Ever.
It's not.
I'll probably give this one a strong second or third.
I'll give this one second. Third will be Dark Knight. Was it Dark Knight Returns? The one with Bane?
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, the one with Bane.
I actually saw a list and they put Dark Knight Rises like I think they did it with like 15 Batman movies, but they put Dark Knight Rises like 8 or 10.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. It did because it didn't make like half the movie you're watching this guy not even be Batman. You know what I mean?
I mean he's more of a broken Batman. So
we're watching Bruce Wayne struggle in a prison. I mean, I guess also in this they showed you in this movie they showed you Bruce Wayne's life, but after like grieving, you show him more grieving. No, they show his current life because they're showing because Riddler exposes his life to us throughout the movie. Riddler exposes how his parents died, how his parents even got involved, what happened between him and Falcone. You know what I mean? Like if we're trying to get the inner backstory of what happened to Bruce's parents and how he grew up, like the Riddler explains that to us in the movie, but it was like you don't get that sense from Robert Pattinson. Like it still seemed detached. Like, and also there wasn't enough Alfred. Alfred was the homie, son. I felt bad. Yeah, Alfred was a fool to open that package.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Alfred, like the first thing I said when I saw Alfred, I was like, Claw?
Yeah. You stealing vibranium now, dog? Out chill, son. Got the vibranium on deck. The bald headed chick's gonna look for you, dog.
Nah, but like I think he definitely did a good job as Alfred.
They made Alfred look dumb. They wrote Alfred dumb because Alfred wouldn't have just looked at a package and get caught up.
He would have probably called him and be like, Master Bruce, there's a package for you.
Are you saying
like, something like that?
Nah,
You think he would have
opened it.
I know. I'm saying he wouldn't have opened it at all. He would have just been like,
no.
Okay. He would at least notified him or something.
He wouldn't even notify. He's ex-military. That should be DOD. You know, you should have known what like explosive things. Plus, if he did the cipher, he was doing the cipher off the Riddler stuff. You know his handwriting. I'd instantly would have been like, oh snap, this is the Riddler sending me a letter to the house, Mr. Wayne. Don't open the package. Leave the house. But I just feel like they like certain scenes they played out. Maybe he was drinking. Alfred does look to drink. So,
but even still, like
to be ex-military, caught off by a post bomb with a letter that says fireproof on it. Come on, dog. Come on. I'm not. Come on, son. You playing my boy Alfred like that. I'm like he the homie like that. He should have had. He had that unlocked. It was.
Yeah. So I mean, overall, movie was definitely worth.
Wait, how'd you like the ending though? The very very last bit.
As far as like the scene with him and Catwoman, or
the aggro, he got shot in the chest. He was choked out.
He got knocked out.
Oh,
and he had to get that. He drugged himself.
Yo,
did you laugh?
That I did.
Okay,
because it just seemed like it also seemed it looked more like he put like the Bane venom in him.
That's
besides any like instead of adrenaline. Like if it was adrenaline, he was just like. And now he's just going off. I'm like, yo, can you stop? Like,
yo, homie took that too far, fam. When we watched it, everybody in the theater was quiet, and then we started laughing. We saw the man's face.
He's like, yo, why you had to look
What's the name?
But yeah, man.
All right.
But overall, definitely a great movie. If you haven't seen it, I don't know why you haven't, but for sure.
Go to the theaters, watch it.
I am anticipating where this is gonna end off. But now let's go and get into some good, bad, and what the fuck real quick.
Yeah.
for our first topic for Good Bad What the Fuck, we have the situation at the Bank of America with Ryan Coogler, where he was arrested because the bank teller mistook him for trying to rob the bank. Now, anyone who doesn't really know the story, Ryan Coogler came into the Bank of America, wanted to withdraw. I think it was $12,000 or something like that. And he wrote a note. He was trying to be discreet, so he had the beanie on, he had glasses, he had a mask on, and everything. He wrote on the deposit slip and everything. He did like what they said he should have done. Like he did the whole deposit slip and everything, but on the back of it, he was like, "Hey, I want to withdraw this from my account, and I want you to count it somewhere else and be discreet about it. I'm trying to be discreet." And it's just some way, somehow, the woman was like, got suspicious, got fearful, and the police were called.
Fuck that bitch, bro. I watched the video. No, you see the video? I feel for you, man, because I've had this kind of nonsense happen. It's like, yo, if you're scared, just get a new person to do the job. You know what I mean? Like, we're like, I guess also it's the person's painting a narrative. He's trying to rob the bank. He wrote a note in the paper. Like, hand the note to the manager. Mm-hmm. Don't just be like, all right, go ahead and call the cops. Well, yo, let me see the note.
But also, he had his ID with him.
It's on a deposit slip. Yeah.
His account number. He had the deposit slip and his ID. So it's like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and that's the other thing too. If you had the ID and the note, right? You take it back to the manager. I'm gonna look at you like an idiot, being the manager, going
like, "Yo, just do what he says.
Just do what
he wants to be discreet.
Bring him into one of the safety deposit boxes, count out his money, and let him go home. What's the issue?" And that's literally the issue I've had.
This is in Atlanta too. I think it was in Atlanta too. Like this is in Atlanta. Like people are struggling. Of course, you're gonna want to be discreet about it because like
it's Ryan Coogler. Plus, he got money.
Right.
And I think anybody who got that kind of money, anyone who's gonna come up to a bank and say, "Yo, I want to deposit. I'm gonna withdraw $12,000." Anybody anybody in that bank gonna just be like.
That's right. A mark.
We know exactly who to hit up now. Like, come on. And people aren't gonna care. And right now, people aren't gonna care that you directed Creed, Black Panther, and Fruitvale Station.
That's an ass whooping.
Like, bro, that's
credits.
They gonna because
that's
watched,
street cred right there.
I watched the TMZ video. My boy was rushing to get them names. Go ahead and write them names down. Write your name on the paper. One of the cops from the
he asked for his ID number.
He was like, because he was like, yo, I don't like, you want something to write down? You got a pen? Like, I'm not putting my hands in my pocket, bro. Write down for me. Okay, I got you. Hey, go ahead, write something down. Go ahead, you got a notepad, right? Go get the notepad out. Go write your name down. Go get him. Get he was making sure once he saw the name, look at the ID.
Like, we are screwed.
You knew. It's like,
and then, this is gonna be on. This is gonna be on the news. Like,
I mean, at the real though, that lady fired, and she might catch a charge because like it's like what's that? Falsely calling the police,
misusing 911.
Yeah, because like just because you made the mistake or whatever because you felt threatened. There was no basis for any grounds for such an action. And then on the cops' behalf,
I mean, but even still, like the fact that he had his ID with him and a deposit slip, like that's just point blank. Okay, why would you even call?
Because he's black. Just because we would have an ID and a deposit slip, and we still not seen in the correct place. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty much what she was looking at. He had a deposit slip and an ID, but the way he looked, he doesn't look like he's supposed to be here. It's like why?
The fact he had sunglasses on, a beanie, just trying to not really show his face.
And
I understand why.
And then to be told by like other people, like cops, to be like, "Hey, why don't you call them and talk to them before doing things like this?" Like, what? Why should I do such a thing of asking permission to get my money? Just like
I mean, also
feel
with these banks, but I think 12,000 is a good number to do. So like, I know if you do, I think higher than 100,000 that you got to call in advance or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, $100 you gotta call in advance. They don't carry big bills in the bank like that at all.
Yeah.
So they have to do it on a day where the money truck come in.
Yeah.
I've done it before and taken out a sizable amount of money, and I was like, I don't want a lot of people to know, and I kind of want big bills on this, and I gave them the denominations and stuff, and then I watched them count it, and then they're like, here, and I was like, nah, put that in a folder, like put that in an envelope or something. Don't be.
But yeah, last thoughts on this is that this is definitely unfortunate. Last thing I heard about is that he is, that he said he's moved on from the situation. So I'm kind of glad that this is not too as traumatizing. So yeah,
this made no sense. And he had his wife and kid or something like that too with him.
I think he was by himself. I think he was by himself.
Nah, he had somebody else with him. Yeah, I think he had his wife or something. It was some girl with him, and she was in the other cop car. It's like, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely terrible. But let's move on to our next topic. I know for the last couple of weeks we've been talking about Russia and Ukraine, but this one I feel like we have to talk about it because not a lot of news outlets are talking about it. Mainly it's social media where I'm seeing this from. So WNBA player Britney Grinder has been detained at a Russian airport for weeks now. It's been weeks since this has happened, since it's first been reported. And she was in Russia, she was going through the airport, they were checking her bags, and then they detained her. And now it's such a big deal because of the fact that this is a well-known American that's detained in Russia during a war. And now, not a lot of people are talking about it. We don't know what negotiations are, if there is any negotiations, and it's just like
she fucked up. From what I was told, or my sources, she got stopped. The reason she's detained is 'cause she had a vape pen that had marijuana residue in it, and a dog sniffed it, and because she's international flights, it's considered drug trafficking.
I still think that's just way too much. But I mean, I can't say what other countries because other countries, like, if you get caught with marijuana, that's your ass.
But I'm saying Russia is one of those countries. Russia condones no smoking of marijuana whatsoever. That's what I'm saying. Like, she brought one of the drugs you're not supposed to bring in.
I mean, if it had residue on it, it doesn't mean like she actually had the flower on it.
It's paraphernalia. It's wax residue. It doesn't matter. It's paraphernalia. It's like saying you walking in with a bowl and you have it and you got caught with like a weed bowl. You know what I mean? Like, there's no weed in it, but it's still a pipe, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Like from what I was told, she was caught before. She's been there like a month and a half now, and like the way she was going over, she was getting paid by one of the Russian oligarchs, because he owns like a women's basketball team, and he was paying like $1.5 million or something for just to go over there and play and train and stuff. And when she went,
it's not like any of the WNBA players can like get that kind of money here in America,
right? But now, as you said, the war kicks on, sanctions hit. Your person who was the plug into the country is now being exiled by Putin because he's siding with the U.S. because your ass locked up in jail because you brought a vape pen before this whole thing popped off.
I mean, none of us could really even predict that this would happen. But even still, it's just like the fact that when A$AP Rocky was detained in Europe, they did way more to get him out than they're doing.
But it's two different bigger superstar and two different. Was it Europe? Which part of Europe? Was it Russia as well?
It was Europe.
That's two different things. You talking about EU and NATO? Yeah, we allies. You talking like that's like us going to North Korea and asking Dennis Rodman to broker a deal for somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because everybody in North Korea love that man.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. But then now that we're at war and we got beef and stuff, we still gonna ask North Korea. Dennis Rodman to be the middleman. It wouldn't work out because like there's beef now. I just think she's stuck in like some bureaucracy that she'll never do it again for the $1 million. And the fucked up part is, I wonder if she got paid, because if she didn't get paid, your man got
or
sanctioned.
Or is that money gonna go to now like her basically getting out? So it's like,
if that part too, because even if there is that money.
First of all, like it gets deeper now because like it sucks that a lot of these WNBA players gotta go outside the country just to make some kind of good money, Like they're just now getting noticed, so they still gotta go outside the country just to like get to make some money that's still not even close to what the NBA makes.
Right. But it's way more what you get in the WNBA, like three or four times more.
Yeah.
Because they talking like $1 million for just the season, just the winter season, or whatever. They're over in Russia or some nonsense. That's easy money. They getting like what, couple 50,000.
And you get to travel and everything like that. But
everything paid for.
But for stuff like this to happen, it's like now you're getting detained. Now you're getting detained during a war. Like
she was detained before the war. She was detained before. Like this should have been. She should have known better. Just because like if you're going to Russia, where like they're known to being like a very, very strict in terms of security and TSA. You're an American. Like Russia and America, we ain't cool friends.
And also like a lot of the prison systems and the court systems in some of these other countries are just
that shit gonna be wild.
They'll have you waiting there, like waiting before you even get a court date. So
yeah.
I mean, all thoughts and prayers to Britney Grinder. We hoping that this whole situation gets resolved and she comes back home.
Get lawyered up, fam.
Like, for sure. Let's move on to the next one. So we have a woman from Iowa who paid $25,000 to have her deceased cat cloned.
Why? Just wasting money. Just wasting money for what?
My whole thing is this. Here's a little piece of advice: get a new cat. It's cheaper. Even if you get a purebred one, the top, just top, breeds, the most expensive breeds, it's still less than $25,000. And then she started complaining that, oh, this is different from my old cat. Yeah. She she was saying it's not the same cat. Like, yeah. It's not gonna be the same. Like,
I hate dumb people with money. Bro. It's just like, yo, you just wasted money. You just wasted because now you're not even happy, and this cat ain't happy.
Like that's what somebody makes in a year, and you blew that just to have a clone of your cat.
I would do it for like, I would pay that much for, like you said, like an expensive breed, and you say just go buy it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna buy it. I'll just get that cat cloned again and just keep having an expensive breed clone. You know what I mean? I'll just do that. But that's only if I'm rich. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not rich, I'm just gonna look alike. Like whatever good parent did when your animal died when you were a child. They just get a cat that looks like the cat, and just it's fluffy. It's fluffy. It won't come when I call it. It's deaf now, sweetie. It just just scream at it. You just lie. My parents did it to me. I knew something was up.
I'm sorry. When it comes to that, you got to be honest. Like, yo,
I knew something was up.
Like, yo, things die. You just gotta be honest. Just be like, yo, things die.
I had a guinea pig, and the guinea pig just didn't look right to me when I came back home from a summer vacation.
It's like, what happened to that stripe? What stripe? He had a stripe behind his ear. Wait.
He don't squeal the same like he used to. He used to squeal when I pull up.
Well, he's sick, honey. Like,
and then they sit you down. Look, I got something to tell you.
He did.
He ain't make it. So who that in the cage? We got you another one.
We got you a different one. I don't want another one.
You ain't let me time to grieve. Nothing. You just replaced it like some toy.
This is why I think fish are better for little kids, because it's like you already know the fish gonna goddamn die.
My fish, it's not what you think. It's not exactly how you think, Eugene. Because my fish boiled alive on me. I didn't know about this, right?
Got boiled alive?
Yeah, because in the South, in some parts of the South, in Southern homes, they have a big ass heater in your living room, right? Like a furnace.
Yeah.
Right, with flames coming out, it's like a metal box. Right. Old people like to run that shit in the daytime in the summer as well. So they have a hot ass house, good for their bones. I did not know that. and it looked like a piece of furniture to put shit on. Right?
You
But it
put
did-
your fishbowl on the front. On the
Yep.
front?
Yep. And at clockwork, that thing kicked on, and it didn't dawn on me.
You had
why-
a broiled goldfish.
Yeah.
Afterward.
Yeah, I was fucked
Did
up.
it taste good?
I don't know. I was I was a kid, bro. My parents were like, "Oh my god!"
You broiled your own fish.
I don't know. What do you do? Because like you looking at it, it looked like a count, bro. It's the same height as that. The same height as that table. And so you just rest, put this shit down. All right, here you go, Goldie. Bling. You stay cool right there, fam.
Just
Out of the
know
way.
this-
Yeah, water hot.
His skin getting tender.
What is happening? The bowl was hot. Couldn't grab it. My dad had to grab it with oven mitts. The fish floated to the top.
It's like your fish dead, son.
I was like, "What is this? It's a furnace, Gabe. I'm sorry, we didn't tell you it was a furnace. Why? Who has this? It's 100 degrees in It's Bennettville, South Carolina. It's hot already.
It's summertime.
Why is this on? I was so angry, bro. I was angry. I was angry like a person. Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, during the winter, but not the summer.
It was
already
some
hot
good
in
heat.
summer.
Some good heat. That thing was. Yeah, I was
my
fun.
God.
And we drove from Jersey to it was a family reunion trip. We drove, and I was like, "Can I bring my goldfish?" Parents were like, "Yeah, we'll bring them." Having a little fishbowl. It was the whole journey. The whole picture as a kid, bro. The hypeness. And then he died on a fucking heater, bro.
You cooked,
And then
you cooked them, and that's when he realized he wanted to be a chef.
I never brought any fish. I never brought any fish or pets again. You know what I'm saying? I'll eat all the seafood now.
scarred you for life.
I don't care about any fish.
Nah, but I mean, 25 cages for a clone of your cat. It must be good to have money to waste.
Fuck you, what? You know what I'm saying? And to be disappointed in it.
Just be like, dang, this ain't the same cat. Of course, your cat died in 2017. It's 2022. Come on now.
That's why.
Let's move on from this story, cause All right, next story we got. This one's a real heavy hitter.
I seen this one.
Yeah, this one's been in the news all week. So a man went on a killing spree between two different states and was killing random homeless people on the streets. And, more on this story. It first started in D.C., and then it went over to New York, and that's where you got the actual video where he's kicking the guy. He's nudging the guy with his foot, then he shoots him point blank. And just recently they caught him, and he arrested him, and everything. But even still, you also find out that he's homeless as well.
That's what got me pissed. That's literally got me mad because I thought it was some Thanos thing.
Just a random person is just like, yo,
No,
I'm sick and tired of seeing these homeless people. Boom.
I don't think it was like I'm sick and tired of seeing these homeless people. I think it was like somebody said, "Yo, we got a homeless problem. I wish we could get to solve it." And he was like, "Say less," and it just didn't. You know what I mean?
And it's like,
whoa,
I ain't mean like that.
fam.
I meant we need to have affordable housing.
Help,
something like that,
job programs.
But why would we do that?
And he was like, "This feels like it's quicker." Like I felt like that was his logic, but it said he has mental illness.
Yeah, they also saying it also came out that he had mental health issues, and not even that, but this ain't his first run-in with police.
Of course.
Like he's been arrested before, he's had incidents like this before, and it's just.
I think the real issue here is that we don't put an actual emphasis on mental illness when referring to criminal cases. Like it's one thing.
I mean, but then again, we do have those cases where they'll plead insanity or plead mental illness when they're just perfectly fine. They're just trying to avoid jail time.
Okay.
You do have some of those cases where that's just where people are just like, oh, yeah, mental illness. Okay, we don't care.
Need you. So then we do what? Do a 3-year evaluation or just monitor the person for the next 2-3 years to make sure they stay, like crazy.
Not even stay crazy.
If you don't
You
stay
can always
crazy.
get help, but it's just just to see, not even 3 years, but just for a good amount of time to see, okay.
Yeah, and then a movie.
Is it going to be another incident? Does he really have, mental health issues? And if he doesn't,
general population prison.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not waiting around. But to just continue to allow them to be like, oh, we can't. And it's also the DAs for putting them back on the streets because he's homeless, so he doesn't have the money to pay for the fines and the fees and stuff and the court fees.
And we can't hold him. Because that's. So yeah,
let's put him back onto the streets or whatever, and just give him a letter to come back. It's like that doesn't make any sense. You're gonna mail him the letter? Like, well, yeah. To what
address?
He's
people?
homeless. So it's like it's that logic because it's the same. Like for these men, because like what 2 men died or 2 homeless people?
I think it was like 3.
I thought it was
definitely
two
more
and 3
than 2.
wounded or whatever. But like the men that passed away is like, these guys didn't do anything, and even people you talked to them in the city said that they were like cool dudes. You give them some money,
they weren't causing no trouble.
Yeah,
they were just down on their luck.
And like those are like, I look out for those homeless people too. Like where it's like, hey man, you got anything? Hey fam, you caught me on a good day. God bless, whatever. And then it's like if I need something, whatever, they'll be like, hey, I seen something. You got something on your car, and they'll go and grab it off your car. You know what I mean? They'll look out because you saw them look out. And so like, it's tragic to see that these poor souls are killed just because
because of one person.
Yeah, we let this go through we say let it go through the cracks, but they just keep falling back into the system. Because the same thing with that Asian lady, who I think it was an Asian. I can't remember. The lady that was on the subway and got pushed onto the tracks and died.
Yeah,
the dude was homeless. And then we covered a story a couple weeks back where a lady was smacked in the face with a bag full of shit. Yeah, the guy was homeless as well. So it's like, we allow so much things to happen on public transportation or whatever, but it's like, this is how they get around. If we're not going to help them here, why, like, I guess why be surprised that this is happening? It's like, the news made it seem like it's a serial killer. Is this that?
Nah, this is just someone who's,
clearly mentally ill.
Yeah, who's really going, but everybody's going through it now, but he's homeless. He has mental health issues. His family can't really help him. So,
but then they get like we don't have the aid. They say they don't have the aid or the means to help everyone. Okay,
we just sent billions of dollars to Ukraine,
and on top of that, you got crack pipe packs being distributed in Queens and Harlem for the freezy, so you could do drugs safely. But what? I can go to New York and go to an area to do drugs safely, but you can't even help the homeless people who are already on the drugs or off the drugs or had damages from drugs. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my tax dollars go to you to do drugs. We want to make this make sense. That ain't math, dog.
This is one reason why I be contemplating whether I should vote or not. Because like this, either way, it'd be some bullshit that be happening. Like, come on now.
I don't know. We could move on to the next one. It's a sore subject.
This is a very wild subject. So let's go into our next topic here. So we done talked about how gas prices done went up. I mean, some gas has gone down 10 cents since then. Still $4 a gallon though. But now we got like, in many different states, we've seen it. I've seen this in like in Long Beach, California. I've seen this in Nevada. I've seen this even in Florida here. There are people just stealing. There are people going to these gas stations and stealing gas.
Gas cap locks, fam. Gas cap locks, no joke.
Like y'all worried about them stealing your information, like when you do the pay at the pump. Nah, they just taking the gas. Like, man, fuck your money, man. We gonna get some.
I'll run the fade real quick. You taking gas out my car? I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like that's more disrespectful and angry.
Someone was like, "Hey, what would you do if you saw this?" And it was the person deciphering gas out of someone's car. I'm like, first of all, I've watched enough WWE to know how to spear the fuck out of somebody.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's on. It's on bro. Site. And it's gonna be irrational anger too. It's irrational rage and anger because like you contemplate with the fact like, yo, I just had to go get gas, but the whole process of going to go get gas was so momentous in the sense of like, you have to be like, oh shit, I gotta get gas. How much I gotta get? Whatever money I got, this is it. You make that solid choice of like, if I get gas, I can't get smoke later. I can't get drink later. Or if I do, I gotta get less gas. I can't. So you finally at the pump.
You try like,
so you made your choice.
Cat Williams made a joke about this years ago. He's like, you should not go to the gas station and try to make life decisions. Like,
you know,
like, yo. What am I gonna eat at this?
Now you made a life decision and the nigga took the gas out your car?
It's like, hey yo, run this fade.
What?
Nah, but the one wild one I've seen was actually in Long Beach, and it was these three guys. One had this huge truck filled with these like big 100-gallon tanks on the back of it, and they were just using some special equipment or whatever to like actually break the pump and just keep pumping gas in them tanks, and they would make off with like hundreds of gallons of diesel fuel. They sold the diesel fuel because the fact like it's easier to sell and it's also less flammable.
Yeah.
So
they making money. That's like $5. That's $5. They probably be selling it for $10 a gallon, some shit, bro. Or for $2
or
$3 a gallon.
Nah, they'll do that cheaper just so people will come to them.
That's what I'm saying. You making a mean lick. I see. This is probably
there were some people who were like, those holes right there where all the like the big gas tanks come in, and just they were just like coming through there, stealing out of that. People are even getting desperate now. They're even warning people like, yo, like check your undercarriage, because some people are going on people's cars and just poking holes in their gas tank, stealing gas that way.
That's petty.
That's
petty.
That's
if you poke a hole in my gas tank, that's petty. Because the next time I go get gas, I'm gonna just hearing that shit dripping. What?
No, imagine that one person who pays the pump and just keeps pumping until it's full.
Oh,
and they got a hole in their gas tank.
Hey man,
and they just
you spilling gas.
And they just over here like,
huh?
Yo, wait. Usually it takes 30 to, even with these gas prices, it takes 30 for me. Like, it's like 50, 60.
He puts it in there.
It's like $70. Like, yo, why is it $70? Like, shit.
Ain't your tank a 10-gallon tank? Yeah. How you at 15?
15?
Huh?
It's still pumping?
Yo, y'all ever had that happen with older cars? You may not have. Ice, you had that happen with the older cars where you pumping gas and you leave the lock on? Mm-hmm. And then that shit fill up and then whoosh, start gushing out the
Oh, yeah.
thing.
I've had that happen a couple times, though.
Your car is type old enough.
Nah, I had like a 1999 car one time, and like I just kept pumping, like, and then it locked. So I'm like, okay, let me try to get a little bit more. Like, I'm just one of those. I'm like a little bit more. The next thing you know, it's like, all right, whatever. Shit.
And then you're gonna end up having to do what I had to do to my car.
What did you do?
I had to get the line replaced because every time I pumped gas, it was going back into my motor.
What?
And he said that's the reason why.
Because you overfill it?
When you overfill it.
Try to overfill, after a while of doing that, it'll cause that main line to break. So then once you're pumping, as soon as you turn it on, you're basically flooding your motor.
That's what I thought.
That's wild.
That's what I thought. When them shits clicks on it for yourself, you done.
Like, yo, that's it.
I don't need no more. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, we out here. No, drink some more gas. You can
Or
get
just
to
like,
a full $1.
It's like, hold up, man. I got a couple more cents. Yo, I'm gonna put I said I'm gonna put 40. I'm gonna get my $40 in this.
Y'all rounded up from 10 cents, bro. I'm rounding up to 10 cents. It's 10 cents. What you round up to? $1. Whoa,
Come on, man.
you can't just add that much extra gas into your car. Nah.
Wow. But yeah, man. I mean, I hope this gas situation I hope it gets better, because this is just crazy. Like, people are desperate now to the point where they're just they take penitentiary chances just for some gas.
They showed a picture of I Am Legend. It's a higher gas price
Than
now
I Am Legend.
than I Am Legend when the world ended.
Bruh. What was that? Like 4 something? Like 3 or
641. 641.
Oh, that was that's a different state though. That was
Yes.
California. So I was like, yeah.
New York's still that high.
Oh, that was New York.
Yeah, New York is still that high.
And yeah.
All right,
Let's go into our last topic.
favorite one.
This thing is hilarious.
Tom Brady, the GOAT.
Real quick, before we get into this content, we're gonna get some context here. So Tom Brady retired.
GOAT, bro.
Supposedly retired. Took 2 months to be a family man. It was like, nah, this ain't it. I want to play football some more.
Yeah, that gas price hit, fam. Your man out here living in Cali.
Man, that man is on Bitcoin commercials. He's good. Super Bowl Bitcoin commercials. He's good.
Yeah, government just hit Bitcoin. And gas just went up. This nigga start sweating.
Yeah.
Oh shit, my endorsement about to go out, boy.
Man, but yeah, there was a guy who bought Tom Brady's supposedly final touchdown ball for $500K. Another dumb money decision. You know, not initially not dumb because it's like, hey, this is value. Everybody loves Tom Brady. This is his final touchdown ball. Bought it for $500K. And now Tom Brady's saying, yo, I'm coming back to the league.
I'm fucking you up, bro. Fucking you up.
If that was me, the next story would be like, so something bad happened to Tom Brady, and now he's not going to be able to come back to the league. Like,
Not what?
Retired now.
yeah, he's going to be retired now, boy.
I'll be like, yo,
Shit.
Tom, you got two choices. You can either run me $500K.
Nah, give me a Bitcoin and get it to the other guy. Give me a couple of them bitches, boy.
I don't want.
Give me a couple of them Bitcoins
I want the cash now.
or lose your leg.
I want the cash now. I don't trust you. You done fucked me up. I don't trust him now.
No, it was fucked up when he gave that guy the Bitcoin. Bitcoin went down after.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't trust him. I don't trust nothing. Don't give me no Bitcoin.
Bitcoin going up though.
I want
but
500,000 cash.
We gonna get off
I'll
the
get my own
crypto
coin.
conversation and just go back to this. But yo, I know this guy pissed because the value of that ball, like as soon as he throws another ball, the value of that ball is gonna go down.
What if
It ain't gonna have no value at all.
what if he goes to the first game and he goes to do it and pulls out like a 22 and shoots Tom Brady in the leg, some shit like that. Like catch, you know what I'm saying? Like
I mean,
a
he still
BB
got his
gun,
arm. Just be like,
catch
Oh.
a BB gun or something. He's like, why? Because you ain't supposed to play. $500,000 in the hole, bro.
yeah, it'll be funny if he does shoot him in the leg and like he throws that ball and it still becomes a touchdown.
And get caught at it, the miracles happen.
Just this is one of those NFL miracles, and it's just he's like, oh, this was for nothing.
Just see him in slow motion.
No, no, and you just see the guy like,
No.
it's like, and you just see all in the background just the value of that football just going.
I guess we should tell the story of why the guy's bad. The guy's probably pissed because like
That was an investment.
Not only was it an investment, he probably made a big gamble and sold both his kids' college tuition. $250,000 gone. Because
And it was just like, yo, look here, man. The next couple years, I'm gonna sell this thing again. You gonna be able to go to whatever college you want.
what? Ivy League, Eric Brown, name it, kid. I got you. Let me do this. I'm gonna do a
And
quick
I'll pay
flip.
for it.
He even pitched that to his wife, and then like they were all like, "All right, yeah, honey, you're great at sports memorabilia. You remember when you sold that Babe Ruth baseball for $300,000? Right? He thought he had it. Then come find out 2 months later, I'm not retired no more. Mother. He probably contemplated like that's like Quillen jumping out of the window because the stock crashed. Remember when the stock market would crash and stuff?
Oh man.
That dude, I feel bad for him.
That I'm surprised he's not in a wheel. He's not like naked in a wheelbarrow like in those old cartoons when the stock market crashed. You just see all them people
You know what I mean? Just
like, yo, I'm dead broke, yo. Oh my god.
I feel bad. Oh, but yeah, that was a rough one.
That yo, now, y'all. If y'all thought you had a rough week, imagine this guy.
Tom Brady religious, right?
I don't know.
Is Tom Brady the one that like very into God or
No, that
Tony
was
Romo or something?
No, that was
Yeah, it's Tom Brady. Brady.
No, it's not him. It was some other quarterback.
Oh.
The guy used to play for the Bengals I think he used to play for the Bengals and he played for the Browns for a while.
I know. Tom Brady about to have a discussion when he goes up to heaven with Peters. He's like, "Hey, yo, my man, remember when you thought you was retiring? Yeah, that's a sin, huh? Yeah, you lied. You lied.
You Jay-Z'd the whole league, the whole NFL.
So I mean, I just felt like it wasn't my time to retire yet. No, I understand that, but like I had money on that, and so I'm gonna need you to go. I'm gonna need you to go to hell.
It's like, bro, I'm in heaven right now.
I
don't care.
I understand that, but my Bitcoin took a hit. I had stocks out here. I'm gonna need you to slide. Yeah, that was odd stories of the week. I want to say that it was some odd stories of the week.
Very, man.
I feel bad for this last one. This is bad. Good, bad. What the fuck? This is a bad one.
That was wild.
Woo.
Yeah, man.
How you get mad if nigga go back to work? Like,
Hey, Biden said he wanted everybody to go back to work. Tom Brady took that personally.
he said, say less.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's wrap this show up real quick, man. This has been another episode of TV Nerds. Had some nerd talk. Had some good, bad, or what the fuck. No.
You catch us.
Thank you all. Thank you all for watching another episode. You can follow us on all our social medias. You can follow our Linktree at Linktree/TV Nerds. It has all our links, all our content.
Shout out to Sajinka
Oh yeah,
and Joint Empire Trope. They got the collab shirts.
$20 each. Hit up Sajinka.
Or
Dope artists.
they clean. I'm supporting. And then
If you need any beats, any music done, hit Joint Empire.
follow us at EX3, man.
Yeah. You need anything with video, go to EX3. This has been an episode of TV Nerds. This is your boy, the Esoteric Child, Gabe Stomach. We out, y'all.
I keep coming back to you.